Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Dawn Chorus. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on the internet. And if you want to support them, they have a Patreon. Anyways, on the last Let's Play, we met Rune for the first time, and he seems very pleasant. And he called me a good boy. Told him not to do that. Anyways, also a terrible, horrible thing happened to us. We lost a key. I am kind of surprised at how serious everybody's being like, okay, tell me what happened. Yeah, sit down, here's a cup of tea. We'll talk through this, and it's not like, well, have you checked reception? Have you retraced your steps? I don't know. Anyways, he's asking us what happened. There's not much to tell, actually. I lost the key to my room. When I was leaving my room for lunch, I closed it, put it in my pocket, but when I returned to the room and tried to open it, it wasn't in my pocket anymore. I'm not going to ask you if you've checked all of your pockets, because I assume you did. Did you go anywhere else before or after lunch? I went straight to my room. I went straight from and to my room. So the most possible scenario is the key fell out of your pocket in the cafeteria. Did you check if it's in there? No, not yet. First I went to check if anyone maybe found it and returned it to you. Devon shook his head. No, unfortunately, let's go look for it then. Did you finish your tea yet? Finished the rest of the tea and 2 big gulps and stand up gulps. I feel much more confident now. It really did help. So we can get through this perilous situation. Or maybe it was just Coach Devon. I was afraid when I was coming here, but he turned out to be an attentive and nice as a person. A much different person than the usual unyielding demeanor during class. Now yes. Thank you for the tea, sir. Just Devon is good. I give him the most thankful smile I have, and he smiles back. I think I've seen him smiling today more times than during the whole semester. Also, he's probably one of the few gym teachers that is actually fit. Granted, I don't remember most of my gym teachers. Or any of them. Now that I think about it. I stand up and put the mug back on the desk, and we both leave the room. I wonder if they have private bathrooms as well. Some students pass by us on the way to the cafeteria, giving us the occasional puzzled looks. But as we arrive there, it's already completely empty. Tables are still covered with checkered tablecloths, gleaming in the sunlight filtered through the windows. Looks like the sun came out from behind the clouds for a moment. Even though it's only for a little while afternoon, it's already low on the horizon. We're above the Arctic Circle after all. Now, I guess not everybody knows this, but the sun comes at different angles. So during the wintertime in the Arctic Circle, there isn't a lot of sunlight. So it, goes shortly over the horizon and, goes back down quickly. So less daylight. Which, it means also colder. And if you're higher up in it, then there's no daylight at all for a while. I know in certain parts of Alaska there aren't. And then during the summertime, it just kind of goes around in the sky for a while. Just barely peeking under the horizon, which means there's lots of daylight in Alaska during the summertime. You might even need blackouts. And also warm. My itches. Didn't mess up a face rig, did we? Oops, that's not face rig. There we go. Let's just reset ourselves just a tad. There we go. Now we're not just looking up in the sky for some reason. The eeriness of the empty cafeteria in the Arctic sun make it all seem like a scene from a film. It reminds me of staying late at my school, together with Miko. Walking through the empty hallways, usually filled with noise and bodies, living bodies, not, unliving bodies. Entering empty classes. Entering empty classes that some careless teacher forgot to lock. The sound of a door closing behind me snaps me out of a daze. Meanwhile, Devon is already standing in the middle of the room, looking around. Which table was ours? I think this one, This place usually looks different now. This place certainly looks different now. Yes, I'm sure it was this one. Both scan the floor, looking for a key. Devon goes to look around the plants, as someone could kick the keys there unwillingly. But I don't see it anywhere. Maybe someone found it in the meanwhile and didn't return it to me, but to the janitor. The only option is to go there and ask, oh, is this going to be one of those situations where it's like, we don't find the key on the first day, so I have to, like, room with someone? Even if the key's not here, that's the only thing left we can do. If it's the only thing here? Yeah. Only not silently. Meanwhile, Devon is already walking out the cafeteria. Come on, let's go. Exit the cafeteria after Devon, and for a while I walk in silence, until he suddenly asks, So, Dark, how are you doing? It's a very sudden question, and a very broad one, too. How am I doing? Not sure myself. Could be better. For example, I could have a key to my room right now. Good, thank you. Things could be better, but don't worry, everything will be fine. How do you like it at the university? Please, remind me, you're studying biology? Cognitive science, actually. It's related, but also fairly different. And about the university, I really like it there. I feel like I finally studied something substantial, like in high school, unlike in high school, and we're treated as like adults. Isn't it hard, being far from home? No, quite the contrary. I couldn't wait to move out of my home, out of my country, to see something new, try something different. Glad to hear that. You'll do well, Dark. Gives me a pat on the back, this time a literal one. We've just reached the front desk. Suddenly I notice I feel much better than just moments before. Talking with Devon really helped me take my mind off my current situation. I'm glad I'm here with him. I tap my paw pads on the counter nervously. The closer we are to talking to someone from the staff, the more nervous I get. I'm glad I have Devon with me, though. I feel much more confident having a teacher by my side. I still don't know much about him. I know that he's not from Norway and moved here not long ago, but that's it. Now that I think about it, it was only him who was asking me questions this whole time. Wouldn't it be rude for me to ask the teacher about his private life, though? This man, his country, asking about the rune. That seems a bit prying. Granted, I have asked questions like that before. Tell me about your country. Is it true you have apple pie there? I don't know why I'm Eastern European all of a sudden. Professor, from your conversation with Rune, I keep on thinking it's like Rune Moon, but anyways, I gather you're not a Norwegian. Can I ask where you're from? Keep silent for a while. I started to worry if it's not a good idea after all, but he finally answers. It's true. I was born in Ohio, in the U.S. I moved here a year ago to teach. I was like, why would you come here to teach? But I guess, they could also pay quite a bit better in, like, Norway. Or they're willing to pay better in Norway. I'm not very familiar with the United States geography, but I do know Ohio. What I do remember about it, though, not much really. You guys got potatoes there or something, right? Let's ask about the Discman. Professor, I've seen a disc on your desk room. That's something you see often. What are you listening to? Oh, yes, it's old technology. It has belonged to me since I was a kid. I was listening to American Paw Ball. Is that Paw Ball? I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a reference. I was thinking like American Idiot, American Pie, I don't know. It's a band from the 90s. I'd be surprised if you knew them. Name rings a bell, but I can't remember for sure. I'll have to check them out later. Before I have a chance to reply, the janitor emerges from the utility room. She's Wolf, of ambiguous age. Oh, can't we see her? Could have been 30 as well as 50. Oh, I do kind of hate in games like these where they either A, don't have any females, or B, they don't show them. Good Ettermindag. Have got something. Have Trenger du help mid? God Ettermiddag. I lost the key to my room. I went to look for it around the guest house, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I guess it's midday. Has anyone found it and returned it here? The janitor smiles at me reassuringly, completely unfazed. It's hard to suspect that I'm not the first one to lose the key to a room in this guest house. No, not yet, unfortunately. Did you leave the guest house after you got the key? No, I didn't. So it has to be somewhere in the guest house. I'll keep my eyes open. Let's not assume it's gone. So is the janitor also the manager? Your name and room number, please? Dark, room number 17. Janitor opens ledger, searching for something. Your room is a single one, so we don't have a second key for it. I'll call the office to get the spare key, so they'll be able to access your room in the meantime. Damn. She opens an old flip phone out of her pocket and dials the number. Someone on the other end line picks up quickly, and a muffled voice escapes from the small speaker. The janitor puts the phone to her ear, starts to explain the situation and I switch my attention from her to Devon. He's standing next to me, leaning against the wall and looking out the window, thinking. He has helped me a lot today, even though I often skip the classes and had little respect for him. Why would you skip classes, you delinquent? I feel guilty now. It will be good. I will be a good student from now on, I promise. I mean, I guess you are a freshman in college, and college freshmen, so I've heard, tend to skip classes. I remember going to every classes. In my first college, I wasn't very good, though. It was very tough, and I didn't have all my shit together. He turns his head in my direction, and for a moment our eyes meet. He quickly averts his gaze, though. He wants to fuck us. Bolkurts Merdu. Blocked. I switch my attention to the janitor, sensing troubles. She speaks in an urgent tone, too fast for me to understand her, besides some single words. So is she talking some kind of foreign language? Or maybe the language that's, here and we don't know it yet? She ended the conversation with simple Hadet and put down the phone with a sigh. Looks like nobody from the office will be able to make it here today. We're unprepared for the snow to start falling so early this year, and in such amounts. They said that they will come tomorrow morning. In the meantime, I'll look for your key. For today, you'll have to move to another room. We don't have any single rooms left. Yes. Unfortunately, but I can show you which rooms have a bed still available. We have a lot more double rooms than single ones, so most of the students got a room with a second bed. But maybe one of your friends still has a free bed in their room? You could ask them, but if none of them will have one, then come back here and I can find you something. She gives me an apologetic smile and points to the small basket on the counter, filled with sweets. Maybe you want some? I shake my head, looking down at my paws. My sticky, dirty paws that lost the key. I don't really know what to say. It's a very sudden turn of events. I have so many questions that I don't even know which to ask first. swallowing saliva, and other stuff, I finally decide one that concerns me most right now. All my stuff is already in my room. I won't be able to retrieve anything until tomorrow? Oh, you're right. Wait a moment. She walks up to the utility room, turns to herself while carrying something in her paw. Here's a bathroom kit for you. You always keep a spare few for those who forget to bring their toothbrushes or soap with them. She passes me the kit, all packed inside a cloth pouch. Really sorry about this. Can we do anything else for you now? I shake my head. If you have any other questions or problems, please come back to tell me and we'll try and sort it out. I'm not going anywhere, although by midnight I usually am asleep already. Okay, keep that in mind. Thank you. She smiles at me, turns around, and turns to the utility room. Well, that's an unfortunate turn of events. Now you have to bed with some attractive person. Poor you. Poor you. Face rig? Yeah, looks fine. Cause I'm all Daisy. Let's fix that. There we go. Do you know anyone who has a free bed in his room? Shake my head. I feel the energy leave my body, flowing through my legs and dissipating into the ground. I think I better go outside for a while and think. That should be easy to solve. I'll talk to Professor Ari. He should have a list of students and their rooms. He'll find you your room for tonight. I appreciate that, but I think I'll just ask him and my friends. I'm sure one of them will have a free bed. Okay, I won't interfere then. If you need any help, though, please come to me and we'll think of something. Wait here for a moment. I'll be right back. Devon sprints off somewhere, leaving me in the empty lobby. Looking for something to do, I notice the clock on the wall. It's ticking slowly, like a metronome, setting the leisurely tempo for the world around it. Perception time is very subjective. Clocks remind me that its passing is somewhat real and something real and measurable. So much has happened in the last 15 minutes, but the hands of the clock barely moved. It's harder to stare at the clock the slower the hand moves. The harder to stare at the clock the slower the hand moves. I stand there for a while, just listening to the hypnotic rhythm, the slow ticking, and before I get bored, Devon returns. Take this if you want to go outside. It's in a paw holding a rain jacket. I took a spare one with me. It's cleaned and unused, so you won't get my musk on it. You can return it after you have your room back. Thank you, Devon. This will come in handy. All the stuff in my room is in my room after all, and I'd rather not catch a cold on my first day at camp. If you need anything, and I'm not in my room, it means I'm likely at the pool. I love swimming. Don't worry about the jacket though. You can leave it here in the lobby if you won't need it. I put it on even though it's a bit too big. It was comfortable. It's not very warm, but it should guard me from wind and snow. Devon gives me a wide smile. It's a bit weird seeing him smile. I am much more used to seeing his stern side as he shows during his lessons. Now something makes me think that he might be a very different person than I thought. Thank you again, Professor. I promise to take care of it. Turn around and go through the entrance door, leaving the warm and cozy guest house. A wave of cold Arctic air hits me as I exit the building, making me shiver. It's still snowing relentlessly. The chill wind blows through the tree branches like a harpist gently pulling strings. I was left already, so the janitor's car is the only one standing in the parking lot. I hope that the bus driver made it to the town without any problems. I walk through the parking lot into the woods, leaving a trail of deep paw prints in the fresh snow behind me. I inhale deeply. The air is perfectly clean and full of smells. Pines and wet moss, snow, and needle-covered paths. I grew up surrounded by forests, and I always loved exploring them. Some of the smells here don't seem familiar, but I still feel at home here. The only thing I hear are the sound of snow crunching under my paws, and the slight whisper of the wind. I am just on the edge of the woods, so the forest here isn't dense, and in between the branches I can see the gray sky hanging heavily above me. It feels good to be here. Living in the city, it's easy to forget how nice it is to be surrounded by nature. I take out the instant camera I still have from my bag, turn it on, and holding it in my extended arms, I point the lens at my snout. Click. I have to wait for it to develop. Stash it away quick in the bag, together with the camera, and close it. Close my eyes and listen to the wind. I silence my thoughts and switch my attention to my surroundings. Deep breaths now. In and out, slowly. Stand still. The wind rustles the branches, blowing off the slowly accumulating snow from them. Right now, the forest is still, but everything around me is brimming with life. All the bugs in the ground, all the trees around me, every tuft of moss and blade of grass. I think most of those things are dormant, but okay. They all breathe together with me in steady rhythm. I am happy where I am right now. With my eyes and shake of the snow from my snout. If not for the temperature, I could just stand here and enjoy the peaceful atmosphere. I'm starting to feel cold. I miss the cold in the night. I miss just the quietness of this kind of environment. Still nowhere as cold as it gets in Finland, in winter. Thanks to the proximity of the sea, this part of the country has a mild climate, but it is not the temperature I would call comfortable. Something must be wrong with my Finnish genes, because I much prefer warmer weather. Okay, let's see how the photo came out. Yeah, so that's what he looks like. He looks a lot bigger in his, dream. I have to say I'm proud of this one. I mean, both him and the deer look pretty big in that dream. Like, wide, chunky, absolute units. This one looks like a femboy. Could be my favorite photo of myself yet. Shivering a bit, I decide to keep moving. Also, he actually has a photogenic picture, unlike me. I feel warmer if I don't just stand in one place. Walking on the trees calm me down, though. Feel much better now. I feel tired too. Gonna have to have another tea, though. Got it. No, forgot to take my shirt off. Feels so warm. So often. Shake off the rest of the snow that accumulated during the short walk on my hair and turn around, walking back to the guest house. Good thing I got my jacket from Devon. Got the jacket from Devon. I feel much colder without it. He really has done a lot for me, much more than I would expect from a teacher, far beyond his responsibilities. It's weird to think, but I hope he likes me. I don't know about student-teacher relations. I'm pretty sure he can in this game since there's like roots and stuff. I don't know. I'm walking much fast now. I'm back at the guest house in maybe 2 minutes. Back in the warm inside. I walk up to one of the sofas standing in the lobby and flop onto it unceremoniously. I took some books I wanted to read with me. I'd be really happy if I had one of them with me now, but of course I left them back in my room. Only now as it really hits me that I won't be able to use anything that I left there, including my DSLR, the books I have taken, my headphones, or even my pajamas. What's a DSLR? Oh, the digital camera. What does it even mean? Digital single lens reflex camera. Okay, so like things I use, I think. Oh yeah, it says digital. Oh, I used to use. At least it's mildly comforting that it's only for today. And thankfully I have my phone with me. Now that I think of it, I do have some ebooks downloaded on it, but I don't remember which ones. I take the phone out of my pocket and click the side button. Screen turns on, showing a photo of the sea I'd taken in Greece. Damn, this guy travels. And have been using it as my wallpaper ever since. Suddenly I remember something important. I haven't yet written my mother a message that we've arrived. I might be living by myself now, in another country on top of that, but that just makes her even more concerned about me. If I didn't write her a message, she would call me soon, and I don't feel like talking to her right now. And if I told her about the key, she would just shout at me for a while, and then call every few hours to get an update. I type a quick message to her. Hi, we arrived safely. That should do. Press the send, turn off the screen, lean back in, sighing. In the corner of my eye, I see movement from the other side of the lobby. Turn my head in that direction. Finally notice someone sitting there on the sofa. Who's this? I don't think I recognize him. He's a tiger like me, wearing a loose-fitting black tank top. He's sitting on the sofa in a relaxed position, looking at me. There's a certain aura of nonchalance about him. He suddenly stands up and approaches me confidently, his tail making broad swings behind him as he walks. Well, hello there. Always nice to meeting a fellow tiger. Name's Toruf. Toruf? And you? I said it before replying, feeling strangely vulnerable under his gaze. Yeah, he wants to have some tiger-on-tiger action, because everyone's gay in these games. I wonder if there's any kind of thing that would make sense, like a gay retreat or something, you know? And not just everybody just kind of happens to be. Or at least bi. I'm Dark. It's nice to meet you too. Torf points out the spot on the sofa beside me. May I? Yeah, okay. Before I have a chance to reply, wait, could he? Wait, okay, so it doesn't let you. It let me before, I think, but I think it was like, hey, I just had such fast reactions. Yeah, I'm taking a relaxed position again. Now he's really forward. So, tell me about yourself. What do you study? I'm from Finland, and I moved here this year. I'm studying cognitive science. Oh, freshman. How cute. It's a shame we're not in the same department. I nod meekly, somewhat at a loss for words. A shame, yeah. So, what are you studying? Experimental biology. How to make your penis bigger and spikier. But that's not really interesting. Better tell me where I can find you usually. On campus, I guess. I live in the dormitory, and I spend most of my time in the university ground. I live farther away from the city center. I have my own flat. Hey, you could visit sometime. You're cute, you know? Though, you have a weird sense of fashion. He winks at me. I'm being flirted with? I don't think anyone has ever flirted with me before, let alone this openly. I'm not sure if somebody's ever flirted with me this openly before. The people have openly tried to fuck me. Well, like, seduce me. Okay, maybe they have. But not like this. It feels. I mean, I could say both. At least the flattery's kind of nice, but I'll just be like, yeah, I'm gonna... with other guys. I don't even know how to respond to him, so instead I just stare at him. People love staring. Oh, I'm really pathetic sometimes. Certainly flatters me, though. He is good looking, I have to admit it. He has a nice lean body, and his clothes show off nicely. I gulp. Suddenly, another figure enters the lobby. Lake? He notices us and starts walking in our direction, and Toruf stands up to greet him. Hey Toruf, I got your jacket. Oh, hi Dark. I'm surprised. You two know each other? Now we do. We just met and chatted a bit. Thank you, Lake. You're really invaluable. Lake passes in the jacket and the key. Oh, so they're friends. Getting the friends that Toruf sent Lake to fetch him his jacket. I don't feel particularly... That seems weird. Frankly, I don't know much about Lake's friends. When I was visiting him, he always was either alone or with his roommate. I'm kind of surprised to see him being friends with this tiger, though. He looks older than Lake for sure. I personally can't tell. They both look like femboys or twinks. I don't know. Must be a senior already. How did Lake get to know him? We were just going outside for a walk together, and I left my jacket in my room. It's been nice talking to you, Dark. Catch you later, okay? Sure. Have a nice talk, you two. Walk. Thank you, Dark. See you later. They leave through the entrance door and left alone in the lobby. Phew. Leaning back on the sofa and relaxed finally. I didn't even notice I got so tense. I mean, there's the thing, like, it is a little bit bothersome, but it's also, like, me personally, at the way I'm feeling right now, it would be like, okay, me, a bit separated from this position, you know, because I'm playing a game. It feels alright. Yeah, let's go just a little bit further. This is really something else. Torf is an intense guy. Interesting guy. I mean, that's what I would call intense, not Lake. Lake's not intense. He seems preppy? He seems energetic. And the other guy seems intense. Because he's hella flirty. He didn't really tell me much about himself, did he? Well, that he has an apartment somewhere and did biology. And he's not a freshman. Just that he says he's experimenting on it and that he finds me cute. Lush again. Well, he is handsome too. He told me we'll catch him later, so I expect to meet him again. I hope it won't be as awkward as our pretty one-sided conversation now was. Closed my eyes and let my thoughts wander. Roman, I thought about opening an ebook, but I don't feel like reading right now. Just a bit too much has happened lately. So, until the end of the day, I have to find myself another room to stay in. I could always ask Miko. He for sure would agree. Things are still a bit weird between us, though, especially after the 3-year gap in our friendship. I still have a whole day to ask others. Well, the day's kind of coming to a close. I've already managed to make some new friends here. It'd be a good occasion to befriend someone closer. Yeah, I don't have to make a decision now. I'll leave that for the evening. But what should I do now? I think that's a good time to call it right there. So anyways, and this let's place a comment. Guys, I like comments, and would you like, dislike, tips, or otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and share every step it grow. Please remember to ban your animals up control the pet population. I'm gonna take my shirt off, remove the sound thing from my door, so that air can flow a bit more freely, because, you know, there's a bit of a gap underneath the door, which means sound can travel through, and I don't want to be talking about hot guys, because family here doesn't know that I'm bi. I live in Texas. And let's see. I mean, I could always get my own place, but that's the extra money, and then I'm not going to be using it for at least half the time because of my work. And yeah, drink some cold water. Maybe get some hot tea because I like tea. And, oh yeah, and if you want to play this game, internet, where you can get for free, or Patreon, where you can give them monies. And until next time on Let's Play by me, GamerWolfSix. This is a 3D model-esque building of Dawn Course. So thanks and see ya.